Well, folks, you know Lululemon. That's where they sell you yoga pants for like $2,000. Well, it turns out that if you steal those same yoga pants and then somebody reports you, Lululemon will fire the person who reported you. Corporate America, apparently they're now so delusional that it's you've really reached the edge of delusion when it's not just that you're virtue signaling to the left in the hope that the right remains apathetic. Like, that's understandable given the last 20 years of right-wing apathy and the right wing sticking its head in the sand and pretending that everything is going to be fine. What's truly amazing is how many corporations have decided that against their own direct business interests, they are now going to go woke. So the best example of the day is Lululemon, which sells really, really overpriced workout gear. Like, to be fair, their workout shirts, they're nice. Also, Lululemon is apparently insane on a corporate level. So 2 former employees have now said that they were fired for allegedly breaking store policy at a Lululemon store in Georgia. So apparently there is video of a robbery at this store in Georgia, this Lululemon, and the women who were working for the store called the cops, and then they were fired for calling the cops. Here's the report.
Lululemon is defending its decision to fire 2 employees after a snatch and grab in Gwinnett County. It was the latest in a string of robberies at the same location.
No. Seriously. Get out.
Rachel Rogers and Jennifer Ferguson recorded the scene inside and outside the store. They don't appear to try to stop the men, but they do say they did call police. The Lululemon handbook says it has a zero tolerance policy for chasing or physically engaging with suspects during a robbery.
So what is the purpose of having people who work at a store, particularly in security? Now, the reason that Lululemon presumably has this policy is because they are deeply afraid that the woke are going to come after them if they actually start prosecuting shoplifters. So the entire business district of San Francisco has basically been emptied out of businesses because stores have gone so woke. They're so afraid of the wokes that they've decided they would rather shut down their stores, but only after years of seeing mass shoplifting. The truth is that we are now living in an environment in the United States where shoplifting is not done on the one-to-one kind of personal level. Shoplifting, the way we think of it, is some 15-year-old kid goes into like the local A&P and steals a Slim Jim and puts it in their pocket. That is not what we're talking about here. We're talking about organized gangs of people who are running in and stealing thousands of dollars worth of gear from Lululemon, and Lululemon is so petrified of the possibility that they will be sued by the criminal that Al Sharpton will arrive and call them racist. They're so scared that Ben Crump will be on their front doorstep that they've told their own employees who, again, they work for the company, that they're not supposed to call the cops, tape any of this. Jennifer Ferguson and Rachel Rogers told local outlets they reached out to authorities after a group of robbers came into their store in Peachtree Corners, despite company policy saying employees should not intervene in robberies. They said, we're not supposed to get in the way. You kind of clear a path for whatever they're going to do. And then after it's over, you scan a QR code, and that's that. We've been told not to put in any notes because it might scare other people. We're not supposed to call the cops. We're not really supposed to talk about it. So Lululemon apparently has now put itself between a rock and a hard place because what they're afraid of is that there will be reports that there are robberies at the store. People will stop going to the store. So you just consider it breakage for people to rob the store. And they're afraid to just hire security at the stores because then they're afraid that they're going to be accused of racial profiling or some such nonsense. Let's talk about how light flows into your home. So when you look around your home and you think, man, this looks pretty good, but it feels just dark, kind of dingy in here, it's because your window coverings. And nobody ever looks at the window coverings. You should, because you can get amazing window coverings from Blinds.com. It's the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings with over 40,000 5-star reviews. You can measure and install it yourself or have Blinds.com take care of it with local professionals. There's no showroom, no retail markets. No matter how many you order, installation is just one low cost. If you don't have an eye for design, Blinds.com experts are always available to help choose the style and color right for you. Everything they sell is covered by the perfect fit and 100% satisfaction guarantee. With hundreds of styles and colors to choose from, Blinds.com is sure to have the perfect treatment for your windows. Shop Blinds.com Memorial Day sale. Save 45% off select products plus doorbusters. That's 45% off select products right now at Blinds.com through May 31st. When you check out online, don't forget to tell them you heard about Blinds.com from The Ben Shapiro Show. Rules and restrictions may apply. Again, check them out, Blinds.com. Tell them you heard about it from us. And you can get 45% off select products right now at Blinds.com through tomorrow. It's like, you need to go do this right this very instant. We have a dog. His name is Happy. He's a very cute dog. Every single morning after my kids are ready for school, my son opens his kind of playpen and then makes a very strange sound. It sounds something like this. And this apparently is a signal to our dog to lose its mind and run around the house as our kids scream and laugh. So we would listen, Happy's a wonderful dog. We want him to live a long and healthy life. This is why we started giving him rough greens every single morning. The dog food you've been giving your dog is dead food. It doesn't have much nutritional value. It is brown. Green food does better. Rough Greens boosts Happy's food back to life. It can do the same for your dog. You don't have to go out and buy new dog food. Just sprinkle some Rough Greens on their food every day. It contains all the necessary vitamins and minerals your dog is not getting from their regular dog food. Happy really enjoys it, and he has a young, healthy pup. Rough Greens is the only supplement your dog will ask for by name. Rough Green, get it? Rough. Naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, the founder of Rough Greens, is so confident this product will improve your dog's health. He's offering my listeners a free Jumpstart trial bag. Go to freeroughgreens.com/Ben. Let Rough Greens bring your dog's food back to life. That's free, ruffgreens.com/Ben today, or call 833-MY-DOG-33. That's 833-MY-DOG-33. A Lululemon spokesperson told Insider in a statement, the safety and security of its staffers and shoppers is top priority. The company has policies and protocols in place to uphold a safe environment. We take thefts and vandalism very seriously, and our focus right now is supporting our educators as well as continuing to collaborate with local partners and law enforcement. Company policy says that the women were likely fired for recording and interacting with the robbers rather than for calling the police. So they don't want you taping any of it or posting it because criminality is not a public interest. Instead, they want it to remain a secret so that you can be inside a Lululemon store when it gets robbed by a group of shoplifters. Corporate America, man, I got to say, this has to be one aspect of managerial decline in the United States. There's a theory of managerial decline at companies in which the founders of companies really take their business seriously. And then after a certain point, they've been working for the company 10, 15, 20 years, and the founders decide to go out to pasture and they hand it over to the managerial elite, a term by James Burnham. And the managerial elite basically are just there to rent seek. They want their big salary, but they don't want controversy. And so they make a bunch of risk-averse decisions. Well, risk-averse decisions get you mass robbings of your stores. That's what risk-averse decisions do. Corporate America and the preserve of political cowards. And what that means, if you're a coward, as my friend Jeremy Boring likes to say, cowards don't get themselves killed, they get their friends killed. And that's what's going to happen at one of these stores. Eventually, what's going to happen is that somebody will get killed at one of these stores by a shoplifter who comes in with a gun. And security just isn't present because these stores were too afraid of the liability. Pretty amazing stuff. Okay, meanwhile, the Trump versus DeSantis race is currently heating up. Donald Trump continues to sort of flail around looking for a political line of attack on DeSantis. Most of his attacks on DeSantis so far have been calling him Rob DeSanctimonious or making weird suggestions about various policy items that don't make a lot of sense. So, for example, Trump is now attacking DeSantis over Disney. So you'll remember very early on, he said that DeSantis shouldn't be attacking Disney. It's going to lose business for the state. Now he's flipped, and he says Disney has become a woke and disgusting shadow of its former self, with people actually hating it. Must go back to what it once was, or the market will do irreparable damage. This all happened during the governorship of Rob DeSanctimonious. I still am confused why Rob became a thing. Like, is this to highlight the fact, like, what's the law? Somebody needs to spell this out to me. Is he calling him Rob because the idea is that he's too obscure for him to mention his actual name? Because no one believes that. Or is it just that he does it, that he's robbing? Like, what is, anyway, this all happened during the governorship of Rob DeSanctimonious. Instead of complaining now for publicity reasons only, he should have stopped it long ago. Would have been easy to do, still is. Okay, how? Ron DeSantis literally took away their special tax district. He has fought them in the press. He has damaged them in the market. What has Trump done with Disney aside from appointing Bob Iger to an advisory board back in 2016, apparently? Anyway, he's still the front runner. Trump is still the front runner. DeSantis, however, seems to have hit on what I think is actually a fairly successful political line. Okay, the successful political line here is that he is going to win. Now, he's not saying that Trump lost in 2020. What he is saying is that Joe Biden is the president right now, and I pledge that if you give me the nomination, I'll win, which is kind of what Republicans want. I mean, if you're just looking at the thing Republicans want, it's to win. Not complain about losing, but to actually win. So here's DeSantis.
Most of the people that support you probably voted for President Trump twice. And the first comment I hear over and over again is, why doesn't Ron DeSantis wait for President Trump's second term and then run? And what is your best answer to that? Why is right now the time for Ron DeSantis to run for president?
Because everyone knows if I'm the nominee, I will beat Biden and I will serve 2 terms and I will be able to destroy leftism in this country and leave woke ideology on the dustbin of history. At the end of the day, I've shown in Florida an ability to win huge swaths of voters that Republicans typically can't win, while also delivering the boldest agenda anywhere in the country.
Okay, so again, that's the promise. Now, maybe you don't believe it. Maybe you believe Trump is the best shot at victory, but that is the line that DeSantis is going to have to pursue right here. Alrighty, guys, the rest of the show continues right now. You're not going to want to miss it. I will be recapping the final episode of Succession on Max, not HBO Max anymore. If you're not a member, become a member. Use code Shapiro at checkout for 2 months free on all annual plans. Click that link in the description and join us.